And welcome to the stage, Susie Rumble.
Thank you very much. Hello. Oh, it's much brighter up here. I can only see like 3 faces. That's great. Okay, cool. What I was going to start off by saying is that it feels like a lot of people get into comedy when they have absolutely nothing left to lose. And that was very much true for me. And then I started making friends in this new world, and I feel like that was a mistake. And so what I'd like to do, because I really want to keep the spirit alive of having nothing to lose, so if we could all accept that I am a piece of shit and the only way is up, that would be really great. And in terms of the 10 minutes, so what would really help me, because I'm really bad at keeping aware of time, because I'm a woman in her 30s, so all I can hear is my biological clock ticking. And what would really help is if you could all take out your phones and set an alarm or like a timer or a stopwatch that will count down 10 minutes. I'm going to do one as well, because then all the alarms will go off at the same time, and that will be too many alarms for me to ignore, because I'm really good at ignoring alarms. Okay, great. That's exciting. All right, so now I have to keep it fast-paced and efficient. So if we could keep laughs to a minimum, if you want to, you could write haha on your phone or on a piece of paper and hold it up for me to see. That would be great. What I'm going to use this time for is I am going to pitch a new game show. Okay. And the game show is called Life Before Death, because I feel like that reaches a broad audience and kind of encapsulates what we're all doing. I did realise it sort of excludes ghosts, but I thought maybe they'd be happy to reminisce. Yeah, hopefully then I'll be able to pitch this to all the major TV networks. So, it starts off with the intro music, and my first draft of the intro music goes like this. Memories. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose people in the audience, but don't worry, it's going to be fine, to ask the different questions too. So, all right, as you're the closest to the front and therefore you volunteered, what I'd like you to do is, I want you to answer the question at the same time as me. So we're going to say the answer at the same time, and if it matches, you win a point. Okay, so I'm going to ask the question, then on the count of 3, we'll then say it. Okay, so the question is going to be, what is your biggest weakness? All right, so think in your head. Have you got an answer?
Yeah.
All right, so 3, 2, 1, always doing what you're told. What did you say?
Very size of myself.
Oh, that's lovely.
Thanks.
All right, I mean they didn't match, so you have lost. All right, cool. Would you like to go next? Okay, so what is, we're going to do it again, we're going to do the countdown. Okay, so the question is, what is the best use of 10 minutes of your time? Okay, think in your head. Have you got an answer?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, learning the deep magic. What did you say?
Singing.
Okay, it's not a match. Alright, okay. Maybe we'll skip the countdown. We won't do any countdown anymore. Okay, alright. Gentleman over here. Your name's Steve, because I just saw you on stage. And I remembered, I paid attention to the songs. They were great. If the opportunity ever arose, so you can ask this whenever you want, but preferably quite fast, because we're on a time limit. Okay. If the opportunity ever arose, do you think you'd be more likely to A, date me, B, kill me, or C, both? Okay, that is the correct answer, because I have seen your diaries and I know what you did to those ladybirds when you were 8 and thought no one was watching. Okay, alright, lady over here. I would like you to list the ways you've been a disappointment to your parents, and you will get a point for each correct answer. Okay.
The points, by the way, they're scraps of paper from my pocket with positive words on them. Okay, so yeah, could you list the ways? How have you been a disappointment to your parents? Each one gets a point. Huh?
Smoking.
You don't have to read them out, they're just for you. Anything else?
Lying, I guess. Leaving home. Wait, no, that's a
They weren't disappointed at that. That's an incorrect one. Okay, anything else? Alright, you missed a lot from the list, but that's all we've got time for. Alright. Okay. Would you mind going next? Okay, you're the next in line. Alright, I'd like you to answer with the first thing that comes to mind when I say the phrase, checking under the hood. That is incorrect. The first thing that came to your mind was the time you tried to see how many types of fruit would fit under your high school boyfriend's foreskin. There would have been bonus points for blueberry, grape, and kumquat. Oh, okay, this is a fascinating bit of trivia. It's a trivia moment. So, all right, and it's actually relevant because it's apparently a beehive in the back of the room somewhere. But when you see bees out and about, you actually only see female bees. They sort of move up the promotion ranks and they do all of the jobs. And male bees genuinely only exist to have sex with the queen and then die. Because there's this big orgy in the air and their guts are ripped out. And that's when I got into foreplay. But I actually don't like to be the queen bee. I like to be the worker bee who pushes the dead male bodies out of the hive. Okay, this is relevant because, so female bees, they communicate through rhythmic dancing. So, I am going to ask you a question in B, and I would like you to please answer also in B. All right, I have a little soundtrack. Yes, you get a point, and also a bonus point for the obscure references to good recipes for onions. Okay, the next question for you over there. So, all the words are reversed. So I'm going to ask you, Nac eoi liv et evol thignot.
Yes.
No. I would have accepted TC era il era, or, alternatively, wo sti dial ot se. No. Okay. Next. Like I can see you, gentlemen, there. This is the egg challenge. Okay, one sec. Okay, so, all right. If you get this question right, you will receive this egg. If you get the question wrong, I'm going to smash the egg. Okay? All right. You understand?
Yeah.
So the question is, does a part of you want me to smash this egg?
Yes.
That is the correct answer. You get one egg. It was actually laid by one of my chickens.
Aww.
Alright, great, thank you. in the darkness over there. All right. This question is, can you predict the future? In 10 years' time, will I be happy? Okay, your answer is yes. If you could give me your details afterwards. If you're right, I will send you a point. But if you receive nothing, then you will know that you were wrong. I'm not happy. All right, does anyone have any favorite game shows?
Pointless?
Pointless? Yeah. I used to really love Pointless. Have you ever got a pointless answer? Okay, that's fine. Sometimes that's the best part, is not getting it. Okay, my one of my favorite shows as a child was Family Fortunes. My mum would sometimes go away for a few days to get a breather from the mess she'd made with her vagina. And my dad used to plonk us down in front of the TV and say, "This is your..." Oh, is that an alarm going on? So maybe it was. Okay. Yeah, my dad would be like, "This is your babysitter, Les Dennis, but don't worry, you're protected by a screen," because let's all admit, like, he probably at least auditioned for Operation U-Tree. But Family Fortunes really taught me how to pretend to be a standard human, because I was like, yeah, I know what 100 people would probably answer to certain questions. So now, like, if someone asked me, what do you associate with the sea? I would say fish, instead of the sea has many untold secrets and many untold dreams. And it's definitely 10 minutes. All right, I think that's the end. But that's actually fine, because all I had left was some quick fire questions, which were like 3. And then I was going to send out paper aeroplanes into the audience for anyone who answered them correctly.
You could do that.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, it'll break all of the rules. All right, quick fire round. Okay, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
7.
Okay.
Okay,
4.
the correct answer is actually 361.9237001 cubic centimeters per day. All right, what is the 6th letter of the alphabet?
F.
Yes, F-U too. Okay. Put up your hand. If you don't, this feels aggressive. I blunted the ends of the plane. Put up your hand if you said F. I'm gonna. Right. Okay. Anyone else? No. All right. I think this is the final question. Somewhere in my... Is death coming?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And the last question is, do you think I should pitch this to a TV network?
Absolutely.
You're all incorrect. Okay, bye.
Susie Cromwell, everyone! You never came out to comedy expecting to see that, did you? No. Paper plane budget alone